Hey, what is up everybody, it's your boy KingKeenan and welcome to a Modern Warfare 3 campaign video. For today I set out to do something I never have done before. Achievement hunting in a Call of Duty game. Now I actually set out to do this exact same thing within the Modern Warfare 2 campaign last year, but I never really had the time to do it. So I guess you can call this redemption in a sense. I'll let the gameplay speak for itself though. If you guys are new to your channel and want to see more content like this, or want to hop on the MW3 grind with me later today, then be sure to subscribe down below. And if you guys enjoyed today's video as a whole, be sure to smash that like button as it always helps out my content. Without further ado though, let's get into the achievement hunt.
After all, you are now my darling.
For starters, there were a couple of achievements I actually managed to complete whilst making my no commentary playthrough of the campaign. Namely, Death Row, in which I had to kill 12 enemies whilst ascending. Your Tax Dollars at Work, in which I had to take out a single enemy using an entire missile in danger close. Sample Platter, in which I had to use 5 different armaments in open combat missions. And Never Bury Your Enemies Alive, in which I completed the campaign, obviously. That aside, let's get into the actual achievement hunting. For starters, I completed the Floater achievement, in which I had a parachute off a gantry crane onto the roof of the Harbor Master's building in Precious Cargo. Now this actually took me 2 attempts because despite going from the crane to the top of the building, it counted as me climbing instead. So I had to go all the way back, manage to fall off the crane somehow, climb back up again, and then float onto the roof, and then I managed to complete it. Now next up, I managed to complete the Dialed In achievement, and it was completely by accident because apparently I had customized my loadout in every single open combat mission, even though I didn't. But I'll take the win. For the third achievement, I completed Helo Hat Trick, in which I destroy each objective helicopter in reactor with a different armament, aka kill streak. Now this was actually a really easy achievement. I did one with a mortar, one with a cruise missile, and one with an airstrike, but it actually took me like a full 30 minutes to find the final kill streak I needed to destroy one of the helos. Now for the fourth achievement, I went ahead and completed Shot Blocked, in which I had to shoot the gun out of the air in flashpoint before a terrorist catches it. Now this actually took me around about 3 or 4 different attempts in which I had to reload, and one of the times I accidentally went too far and got a later checkpoint, so I had to restart the entire mission. But that aside, I did manage to finally complete it. For the next achievement, I went ahead and completed Elevator Out of Order, in which I basically had to reach the roof in high rise in under 45 seconds. Now you cannot probably complete this achievement naturally without having the repeller, but luckily of course this was like my third time playing the mission, so I immediately just got up there.
Hostiles coming down the stairs.
Go to center road.
Threat your left going.
Moving to the 11th floor.
Roger.
Solid shot,
This
6.
team.
On level 8.
On your way now. 3 more to go. Let's get this guy.
And since I was on the high rise mission, I went ahead and completed the next achievement, High Wire Act, in which I had to kill 10 enemies whilst using a zipline. This was pretty easy. I basically just went back and forth between the buildings with a shotgun in hand, and since I was playing on recruit, even from like 20 meters away, everything was a one shot. Now going back to the reactor mission, and I will be honest, I completed most of the achievements on this mission because it just holsters everything you need. For starters, I completed the Have You Tried Turning It Off and On achievement, in which you have to use a shock stick in order to disable an enemy sentry gun. Fair enough to say, really easy. I then went ahead and completed the Hey Catch achievement, in which you had to throw an enemy directly with a flammable canister and then blow them up with that exact same canister. Also really easy and quite funny. I then went ahead and restarted the mission and got the Frequent Flyer achievement, in which I had to base jump, which is basically from a standing point, and travel more than 150 meters with my parachute. Considering there's a very high crane on reactor, also a very easy achievement. Now moving along to the Deep Cover mission, I completed the Back in the Field achievement, in which I had to acquire the Major's keycard in Deep Cover within 90 seconds without being detected. I figured out a pretty good speedrun method for this, although it took me around about 5 or 6 different attempts because the AI can be a little bit buggy at times and detect you even if you're hiding or creepy or simply just walking past them. Also, despite what it says about crouching and jumping being a suspicious act, you also cannot do any sprinting on a military base. Totally makes sense.
In and out, nobody gets hurt.
I know Warkle well. I'll do my best to help you.
Approaching the avenue. They're suspicious.
so good.
Got a problem. Need a security keycard to access.
Good thing you're a spy.
Snag a card from an officer. Anyone entering or exiting likely has one.
Good call. Look for an officer leaving the building.
See a major leaving the entrance. He's not alone.
Wait till he's alone and do what needs to be done for his keycard.
Major's breaking away, heading upstairs towards an office.
Could be a good place to catch him alone.
He's down. Target eliminated, keycard secured.
He took one for the team.
Had to be done.
That one's on Makarov, not you.
Yuri better make this worth our while.
Next up, we head over to the Gora Dam mission, in which I completed the Hitchhiker achievement, in which I had to basically defuse the bomb on the truck while it is still in motion. Now, this took me only 2 attempts. The first time around, I slammed into the front of the vehicle on accident and completely just bounced off, but the second time around, I managed to complete it.
Roger, got a positive ID on a bomb. Back of the truck.
Copy that. Disable the charge.
Defuse it.
07, get to the bomb site to disarm the
Charge
charges.
defused.
Next up, we head over to the Frozen Tundra mission, in which I completed the Snow Angel achievement. Basically, you just had to get up close to the sniper and execute him with a takedown. Also really easy. And of course, I teabagged him because, well, it's a skill issue that you got taken down as a sniper. Moving along to the payload mission. Now, this took me roughly about 30 minutes to complete, but I got the twofer achievement. Basically, you have to kill 2 enemies with 1 bullet 5 times in the same mission without sounding the alarm using only the EBR-14. Now, like I mentioned, this took me roughly about 30 minutes because, again, the AI can be a little bit iffy at times and some enemies have armor and you don't even see that they have armor. But eventually, I managed to figure out a good path in and, well, I completed the achievement. I then went back to the reactor mission in order to complete the That's One Way to Do It achievement, in which you had to basically destroy an enemy helicopter with a mortar strike. Now, I'm not gonna lie, this achievement is pretty damn difficult because it's very, very RNG. The mortars from the mortar strike land in randomized positions, and the helo is also randomized in terms of its movement, dependent on where you position yourself. I had multiple attempts ending with me hitting a crane, the helicopter moving out the way, the helicopter not coming close enough, the mortar strike is barely missing by a couple of inches, but eventually I did manage to complete it. And I will never do anything like this again because, quite frankly, I wanted to uninstall at some point and just give up on the video thanks to this exact achievement. Holy fuck, I did it, dude. Next up, we've got the No Such Thing as Too Many achievement. Basically, you have to find and use all of the armaments, aka kill streaks, in open combat missions. Now, this one can be a little bit tricky because I didn't know exactly which kill streaks I had used and which I had not. So I had to basically go through every single combat mission and try a bunch of ones that I thought I didn't use. Eventually, however, I did find the streak that I needed. It was basically like a little dart drone in the payload mission. Moving along, we've got the Gearhead achievement, something that is not very difficult but took an extremely long amount of time. Basically, you have to collect all of the weapons and field upgrades from supply boxes in open combat missions. Now, of course, I tried to do this the hard way initially, trying to find everything myself, but I very quickly gave up on that and just found myself a good guide to do it. Even with the guide, however, it is a very time-consuming achievement and you have to go back and try to see which ones you have already unlocked by playing the campaign and which ones you haven't, and there's a couple of them that require you to do a couple of secret things as well in order to get it's a pain in the arse. Next up, we've got the Bulletproof achievement. Similar to the previous two, I had to go ahead and find all of the plate carrier upgrades in open combat missions. Now, this achievement was fairly simple. However, some of the plate spawns are randomized within the open combat missions. Now, within each mission, you get 3 different types: the 1 plate, 2 plate, and 3 plate carrier. I eventually managed to find the final plate carrier upgrade that I needed within the plane down mission. This was due to the fact that the plate carriers only have 2 spawns within this open combat mission, meaning that you have to play 2 to 3 times in order to get all the upgrades. And whilst I'm busy recording the commentary for this video, I actually forgot to mention something. There's 2 achievements that are actually bugged within the Modern Warfare 3 campaign. The first one being Tag You're It, in which you have to use a spotter scope in order to tag 60 enemies or items in open combat missions. Now I did manage to complete this, although within the game it says that it's not completed. However, on Steam I have the achievement, so oh well. The second bugged achievement is the I Call Shotgun achievement, in which you have to drive a vehicle with a sentry gun on the back and have it kill 5 enemies. I once again completed this on Reactor, and I got the achievement on Steam, but it's bugged within the campaign itself. Next up, I went over to the Oligarch mission in order to complete the Think She'll Notice achievement, in which you basically had to destroy all of the beautiful cars in the mansion garage. Pretty simple considering most of the explosive drones just did all the work for me. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, the 1-for-1 Ready achievement, in which you have to complete the campaign on veteran difficulty. Now, to give you a rough estimate of how difficult it is, it's not at all. I managed to complete my initial playthrough of the game, the no commentary version that's on my channel. Be sure to go check it out, by the way, within just over 4 hours. Now, of course, I played quite a bit and I had all of the items unlocked for the different open combat missions at this point, but it took me roughly about like 3 hours and 20 minutes. So I actually managed to complete it on veteran difficulty nearly a whole hour faster than my recruit playthrough for the video. With all of that being said though, that's all of the achievements for the Modern Warfare 3 campaign. It took me roughly about a day's time to do it. And, well, it was actually quite a lot of fun. That's gonna be all for me today, though. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Again, if you did, be sure to smash the like button down below. And, of course, if you're new to the channel and want to see more Modern Warfare 3 content, because I'm going to be making a lot of it, be sure to subscribe as well. Much love. Hope you guys have a great day or evening further. Stay safe out there. And, of course, I cannot forget to mention RIP Soap.